You've probably heard that SAMRO pays out royalties a couple times a year. But how those royalties get calculated, processed, and distributed is a lot deeper than most people think. In this video, I'm going behind the scenes to explain how SAMRO distributions actually work, what happens to your music once it's played in public, and why sometimes your royalties take 12 to 18 months to show up. Let's start from the top. First, it starts with public usage. Whether it's a radio play, a TV sync, background music, in a retail store, or even a live performance. Any public use of your music can generate royalties, but only if it's tracked and licensed. Broadcasters and venues are required to submit usage logs to SAMRO. This is called cue sheets or music usage reports. If they don't submit those logs correctly, or at all, there's no data to match against your catalog. Next, SAMRO matches the usage to your registered works. Once SAMRO receives the usage reports, it tries to match each entry to a registered work in the system. This is why your notification of works entry needs to be perfect. Title, duration, ownership splits, and ISRCs if possible. If anything's off, your work might land in the undocumented works pool. That means the music was used, but they don't know who to pay. This is one of the biggest causes of delay or missing royalties. Next, royalties are categorized into distribution pools. SAMRO splits royalty income into specific categories, each with its own rules and payment timelines. There are 29 different distribution types according to the 2024 report, but here are the big ones: radio in general, television, live performances, foreign royalties, mobile and internet transmission or MIT, and each one runs on its own timeline. Next, SAMRO calculates the usage weight. Not all plays are created equal. A 30-second sync on SABC1 in prime time might earn way more than a full track played on a small radio station. SAMRO uses weighted distribution models to calculate duration, the frequency of usage, the platform's value, the share splits, example 50% to the composer, 50% to the author, and this is how one of my tracks earns 6,800 Rand from 3 uses on a USA network, while another one with multiple plays on Spotify earns less than 10 Rand. Next, distributions are processed in cycles. SAMRO then compiles these usage stats, runs payout calculations, and prepares statements and payments to members. This process can take months, especially if there are disputes, metadata mismatches, or backlog data from broadcasters. That's why I always recommend keeping a spreadsheet of placements and submissions. If you aren't into spreadsheets, you can simply open up your Notes app and make an entry every time you hear a new placement, whether it be on TV or radio. You should check to see if your track aired but doesn't show up after 12 or even more months. Check your undocumented work section on the portal and resubmit tracks if needed. And then it should be said that distributions aren't magic, they aren't mechanical, and they must follow a clear method. And the more organized you are as a composer or producer, the more the system is going to work for you. Cool, so if this gave you a clearer picture of how royalties actually move through the system, drop a comment and let me know. And hit subscribe. I'm building a full library on SAMRO, sync licensing, and freelance royalties for South African creators who want to stop guessing and start earning. Peace.